WWE Fastlane is live, and this Sunday on pay-per-view. I decided to do a predictions video for this, even though I haven't really been looking forward to this show. I almost forgot that this show was happening. I feel like the build for this pay-per-view has been very lackluster, very underwhelming. I think the focus should be on WrestleMania, which it is, but we don't need this show. We don't need this pay-per-view. It's very unneeded. It's very unnecessary. We already had the Elimination Chamber. I think the stages should have already been set for WrestleMania. But let's talk about this. On the kickoff, I can't believe this. We have Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. I can't believe we have Rey Mysterio on the kickoff show. This is what he came back to WWE for. And him and Andrade have been having quite a few matches lately. They always put on a good show, so I'm not expecting anything different. But I wish something was on the line. We've already seen them fight. I feel like if this was a stipulation, or I can't believe neither one of them won the U.S. title. Samoa Joe won the U.S. title, but Joe isn't on the show. So it seems odd. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio getting the win. Also on the kickoff show, we have two matches, Big E and Xavier Woods. I'm pointing that out specifically because there's no Kofi Kingston mentioned. I don't know if he'll be ringside, but I do think he will get involved later on in the main event. They're taking on Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, Rusev and Shinsuke just randomly thrown together as a tag team because, let's be honest, they have nothing to do for them. They're just here, and I feel like Rusev has been on almost every kickoff show for the last 6 months. They're going to get the win. Big E and Xavier Woods, I think, will win. On to the main show, though. The Raw Tag Team Championships are in a triple threat tag team match. The Revival, who are the champions, are facing Ricochet and Aleister Black. And they're fighting Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, if anyone remembers Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Ricochet and Aleister Black, I don't love as a tag team. I like them both separately as singles stars. I think they're both great. They've done some great things in NXT. It just seems like they're thrown together because they don't know what else to do with them. Maybe this spot was supposed to be for DIY, but Ciampa got injured, and so that's not their fault. But I don't know. Something about Aleister Black being in a tag team doesn't fit his character, doesn't quite match what I saw of him from NXT. But either way, I think the Revival will squeak out a win. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Usos are fighting against Shane McMahon and The Miz once again. Because this is The Miz's hometown, and they've already announced that his father is going to be there, I say that the Usos retain. But I do feel like either The Miz is going to turn on Shane, and maybe the two of them will fight at WrestleMania, or Miz's father will turn on The Miz. And that would be very interesting. I don't know what they would do with that, but there has to be a reason why his father is there. Maybe him being there, and if they lose, is what sets The Miz over the edge and pushes him too far. SmackDown Women's Championship match, Asuka versus Mandy Rose. I'm not going to sit here and say that I hate the fact that Mandy Rose is getting a title shot or that she's the least deserving of anyone, but it's odd that Naomi, for example, is nowhere near the title picture. She's nowhere near this pay-per-view. Clearly somebody backstage loves Mandy Rose. I can't say that I blame them, but I don't like how this has been built. Asuka was not on TV for almost a month, and then her first match back, she lost to Mandy Rose one-on-one. Why? Why do we have to have Mandy pin Asuka in a way to set up this match? Mandy could have easily have just won a number one contendership. They don't do number one contendership matches anymore. They just have the champion lose in non-title matches, and that's how people get title shots. Asuka should, and she better get the win. That's who I'm going with. The Women's Tag Team Championship, Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Honestly, I don't care about this match. I feel like with all of this hype with the Women's Tag Team Championships, the Women's Tag Team Division, we should have gotten a better match we've already seen Nia and Tamina go for the belts in the chamber match, and sure, fine, this is different. This is just them, but I don't care. I don't see any momentum for them. I don't see them winning this match, and I think Sasha and Bayley win. I just feel like for the first Women's Tag Team Championship match or defending, we should have seen Sasha and Bayley face a team that can go in the ring, that can give us a great match. And I don't think Nia and Tamina are capable of that. Either one of them. This just seems like a waste. Hopefully we have something better planned for Sasha and Bayley come WrestleMania season. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. If Becky wins, then she is added to the WrestleMania women's match with Ronda Rousey. If Charlotte wins, then it's just one-on-one between Charlotte and Ronda. First of all, this storyline has sucked. I hate the fact that she has this injury, this fake injury that we're supposed to see her limp and have this crutch for so long. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. We need to see badass Becky again. We need to see Becky going around, causing mayhem, acting like Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you want to say that, but she needs to be that man character that we've grown to love, and that's what's made her popular. This whole her looking weak, her getting beat up almost every single week now, it's not helping her. It's not what you want to see your contender, your top face go through. Come on, guys. Why is this so hard to build a popular character? Why is it so hard for them to book a face? Every week, it's the heels getting the better of her. Every week, it's the heels looking stronger. But on Twitter, Becky looks great. On Twitter, she's talking down to Ronda Rousey. I'm sure people have seen the Ronda stuff with her videos and her calling wrestling fake. I really don't know what to make of that. I don't know if this is Ronda going off on her own or if this is WWE having some idea, because why would this make sense for them to have Ronda do this and talk about... I know she's supposed to be a bad guy now, and I guess making Ronda hated is the plan, but having her openly say that this is scripted and that this is fake does not benefit anybody, and it makes Ronda look really unprofessional, and just, it's ruining this build. It is. A couple of months ago, this was the hottest thing on Raw and SmackDown, and you thought there was no way this wouldn't main event WrestleMania. Now at this point, I'm getting so disinterested with the feud that I don't even care anymore if they main event WrestleMania, and that's sad. That sucks. Becky obviously will get the win, but they need to do something. They need to switch this around. They need to go full force, go hardcore, have Becky do some awesome badass stuff leading into WrestleMania, because right now this isn't doing it. It really isn't. 6-man tag team match. The Shield is facing Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. I don't like McIntyre being in this 3-man group. I think McIntyre was already... He split from Dolph Ziggler. He beat up Kurt Angle in that one match, and he supposedly took out John Cena before the Royal Rumble. So they need to build towards that. They need to have McIntyre as a singles, maybe facing Cena at WrestleMania. Get him away from Lashley and Corbin. It's sickening. They're dragging him down. The Shield being reunited is odd. Dean Ambrose, who just turned heel, which feels like a couple of months ago. It probably really was just a couple of months ago. He talked about Roman Reigns' leukemia, and it was a blood feud that was underwhelming. It was a feud that didn't go the lengths that it should have. But okay, fine. Ambrose supposedly is leaving after WrestleMania, so I guess they feel like this is their last shot to do a Shield reunion. All right, fine. I wouldn't mind if Ambrose turns on them once again and we get Ambrose versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think that would be a great way for Ambrose to go out as this big heel and have Roman beat him. And it's a big spot for WrestleMania for Ambrose. A lot better than maybe him fighting Nia Jax. Because honestly, if this match just goes the Shield winning and staying together, then where do you go with Roman? Where do you go with Ambrose? I really don't want to see Roman fighting Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. That would be the worst mistake, the worst decision that they could do. So that's probably what they're going to do, knowing WWE. I'm gonna take the long shot and say that Ambrose turns on the Shield, but I also wouldn't be surprised if that's not what happens either. WWE Championship match. I don't even know if this is the main event, but it could be. It should be. Daniel Bryan defending against Kevin Owens. This is a whole bizarre situation going on with how originally it was supposed to be Kofi Kingston. Vince McMahon takes him out of the match and replaces him with Kevin Owens, especially because of the build-up with Kevin Owens and his return and all those videos of him doing everyday normal things, eating pizza and doing whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know if Kofi is just going to get a title shot at WrestleMania instead. But then again, they brought back Mustafa Ali, so how is he going to play into it? Either way, I feel like either both of them or Kofi or Mustafa, one of them interferes in this match, causes a whole DQ situation, or they accidentally cost Kevin Owens the match. Daniel Bryan will retain the title, and hopefully Kofi finds his way back in, because I don't know. I'm all for the idea of Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title if that's what this is at WrestleMania. I'm just afraid that they're going to hold off. They're going to wait too long, and so by the time it does happen, people would have lost interest. People wanted it at Elimination Chamber. Now it's been so long. Who knows if they're going to care by the time it happens at Mania? That's exactly how I'm feeling about Becky. Who knows if they still give a crap about Becky winning the belt? So guys, that's my thoughts and predictions on Fastlane. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to win these matches? Are you even looking forward to the show? Later.